Bitcoin's alive, what you gon' do? Mempool fees are high. Ordinal. Where does it stop? Nobody knows. It's a revolution. Ay, Bitcoin is the one, no substitution. Ay, with Shizzy and Yagobi, it's Ordinal Revolution.
Welcome back to Ordinal Revolution. My name is Shizzy. On this channel, we cover the entire Bitcoin Ordinal ecosystem. And I guess now we got to start saying we cover the entire layer 2s because it is about to get crazy. Layer 2s are coming with you or without you. They're basically almost here. And today we have Jeffrey from Recursiveverse, formerly Recursiveverse, now Bitmap.Tech. Really amazing that they adopted the Bitmap name, which we love because we have the Bitmap as our logo. So Bitmap, right? I think our community loves Bitmap. So we can't wait to get into the conversation with Jeffrey, man. We're going to talk about his new layer 2 that he just dropped. Well, it didn't drop. He just started talking about it for the first time, and we're going to get all the details, everything for it. It's going to be a really amazing episode. But without further ado, let me bring in my partner, as always, Mr. Yagobi. What's up, buddy?
What's up? What is up? We got our guy back today. I'm excited to dive into Merlin chain.
Yeah, man. I think like over here on the West, I think us two are probably the most excited about 420. We've been talking about 420 for I want to say since September, October, so it's been a long time coming now, and it's finally showing that BRC-420 is really taking over a lot of the liquidity, in my opinion, and now with this layer 2, it could possibly take over everything.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. I think we got pretty lucky by being able to get Jeff from Recursiveverse. I guess I'm used to saying Recursiveverse because that's how we first found him. But back then on the show, and then just kind of followed him, and like he was one of those. Him and his team were one of those teams that were not like a hey, look what we're doing over here. They were more like, this is what we're doing, and then heads down building. Because like we didn't know BRC-420, the marketplace, was even going to launch. I mean, we were hearing little things, and then all of a sudden, bam, it launches. And you're absolutely right. It's kind of taken over. Like it's really kind of solidified itself as that like metaverse standard asset over in Ordinals for bitmaps.
Yeah, so for sure. Yeah, and like I said, just coming into what do we think about that? The name change. We haven't really talked about that. Going from Recursiveverse, because that's the reason we found him in the first place. Because we were like, what's this recursive thing? And then we saw this Recursiveverse thing and kind of took that, and then we were like, oh wow, wait, there's a lot more than just Recursiveverse with these guys.
Yeah. I think it was when we first talked to Jeff, we kind of felt that passion that he had for like metaverse. Like he talked about it a lot initially. He was like, bitmaps kind of raised my antennas. I was already looking at ordinals and stuff, but bitmaps really kind of got me. And then like he talked about his experience in building, metaverse environments over on the Ethereum side and other EVM stuff. And so it's like, it's perfect. Like I feel like that journey from the beginning, it was probably not perfect behind the scenes because it's like a lot of hard work and trying to figure out like solutions to problems, but like from an outside perspective, from you and I's perspective, all we saw was like evolution happening, right? Like evolving from here to here marketplace. Then they're like owning like pretty much the marketplace for Bitmap, and then their competitors like and shout out to these competitors I'm about to announce, like Foxy, and you have like Bitmap, Bitcoin Kingdom, and others that are saying, hey, we're going to bring BRC-420 into our environments. So like competitors are actually saying, okay, consensus, BRC-420 is going to be in our environments. So I mean, all I do is win no matter what. I feel like that's what's happening right now.
And if you can't beat them, let's join them. So without further ado, let's bring in the man, the myth, the legend here, Jeffrey. Welcome back to Ordinal Revolution. I think it's your 4th time, which is amazing, right?
Yeah, but it's the first time, under the name Bitmap.Tech. So it's a new start.
First is first. So I'll introduce you the right way. Jeffrey from Bitmap.Tech, formerly Recursiveverse, but that's awesome. Love it.
Yeah, and I love the name Bitmap.Tech because it's bit, it's map, it's tech. So it's pretty cool. And I just want the asset Bitmap will be more popular, and like we are trying to educate people what Bitmap is. And also I think like that's where we started. So we never forgot like where we started, and but still we're trying to build more stuff and bring more cool things.
Yeah,
Awesome. So I know I was hyping you up, pumping you up from before we brought you up, but do you kind of feel like, that aside, do you kind of feel like I was right in terms of like the flow of how things have gone for you guys since you guys have entered the space? Was it bitmaps and that opportunity you saw and then just kind of been building ever since, or has it been like a lot of trouble and heartache?
Yeah, I think when we first joined the Ordinals space, I think I talked to you guys about like we were doing something on Ethereum before, and then we just found out this is interesting, and we didn't have much expectation, joining the Ordinal space. We just thought, just be cool, to do some cool stuff here, and then that just doesn't stop. We do the doing those things, and when we do the BMap and then BRC-420, but I think the ideology we hold is to build something decentralized and open source, and we never consider others as competitors because Bitmap.game is just a client agnostic platform for everyone, and we are more than happy and we're looking forward someone taking over that, because we don't want to build a game, because that's not our strength is. We want to build protocols, standards, environment for all the builders to thrive, to have a success. Like when we have a space last night, people were asking like, do you have more editors, more useful tools for us to to build a metaverse on BRC-420? And we say we wait for months and we want somebody else to do that, and that's a huge opportunity. If you build a tool, if you build a game editor using BRC-420 for all the builders, that product will be huge, will be much more popular. And we don't want to build that. We want somebody to build that and somebody make money on that. But right now we don't see that kind of teams to build tools or editors for BRC-420. But we are still and we are trying to invest. If somebody is trying to do that, we can invest the team to build that. So anyway, so we are trying to build something standards, open source for everyone. And I'm more than happy all these teams they're adopting BRC-420. They're building BMaps, like taking over it. And if they get much more popular in the future, we are more than happy to see that.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, man. I guess. Yeah, I mean that's really cool though to see that you guys are like really open to bringing guys in, because like I don't think these other teams were so open like you guys were. Why are you guys just so open and not like kind of closed source? Like these are our tools, you know? Why do you feel like you're just like, here, let's use them?
Yeah, because I think Bitcoin and Ordinals is still in the very, very, very early stage. I know some outsiders, they think, okay, inscription is dead, stats already will never, pump again. All these inscriptions are not going to making money like for you for like 10 times, 100 times, 1,000 times in the future. So when they think Bitcoin and Ordinals is in the middle age stage, probably they are trying to, make money, make as much money as they can, and to get money from the from the traders, from the users. But we see this as a very, very early baby stage. Like right now, BRC tokens valuation is like 0.5% of Bitcoin valuation. But in the bull market, ERC-20 token is higher than Ethereum token itself. So I see this progress will have more than 200 times like potential in the future. So right now we are 0.5%. So very, very, like if you consider this as a person, it's like 6 months old baby, right? So if you're at this stage, you are not taking all the chances, but you should be creating possibilities. And if all of us create more possibilities for all the builders, all the users, we will see this number from 0.5% to like 1%, 10%, 20%, and eventually to 100%. So if one day BRC tokens valuation will be $1 trillion as a Bitcoin valuation, that will be huge for everyone. And we want to see that. So that will be a great journey.
Yeah, and that doesn't seem that hard, because if you have, let's just say, 10 assets that are, as big as like, even like a quarter of the big of Ethereum, I mean, that alone is, $1 trillion. So, that's even like 5 or 6. So if you guys just, I mean, you guys have just a few really good projects on potentially on what we're about to start talking about, that's easy. That's really easy.
Yeah. So So I think today is a new chapter, but it's still like very early start. It's not the end of anything. It's still the beginning of everything.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I think a lot of those people are very kind of nearsighted, and like you said, they're just kind of bloodthirsty for to make money, and they're so used to like how Ethereum works and stuff. But this is they're thinking like the infrastructures and it's like going to move the same rate and all that stuff. But you're right, we're just in the beginning. My question for you, and you kind of touched on it real quick, and this we can get into Merlin chain soon, but I made a comment about like how these other, builders in Bitmap are starting to come out vocally, and it sounds like there's a consensus with BRC-420. Are you seeing that as well?
Yeah. I see now. I have like 100 unread DMs on Twitter, so I need to read all of them today because like people are saying, like, where are you? Like, you are disappearing. But anyway, and I saw like Inscribe Space, I saw Foxy, I saw like all these teams they're using BRC-420, and because we don't own BRC-420, right? BRC-420 is open source stuff, and the content is on Bitcoin. So I think like that was my dream. Like 3 months ago, we dream about like everyone is using that standard and creating something we have never thought about, like mineral, like we haven't thought about that, and like the all these assets by different teams. So I think they are creating more possibilities. So when people ask me like what should we do, I think the sky is the limit. Just use your imagination, and I think the market will recognize that.
Yeah, man.
Awesome.
So you mentioned the next chapter. So we're actually, for the first time in your history, we're turning that page now. We're no longer, BRC-420 is amazing, but you guys have something else now that you just dropped today called Merlin Chain. What is Merlin Chain? What is it going to be? And you can give us some information on it.
Yeah, first I just want to ask, like, how do you guys think about the name, the Merlin?
So
like
at first, at first I was like, Merlin, and then I really started thinking about it, and it actually makes a lot of sense. I like it.
Did you think about? Were you thinking about the person Merlin? Is that why?
I was thinking about the Oshi guy, and I was like, oh, I hate that guy. But then I got past that, and I was like, and then I started to understand why he did it.
Shizzy tends to like have these emotional connections with like experiences within the space and vocalizes it like a lot. But me, experienced person in the space. No, I'm just kidding. No, but yeah, from my perspective, I like it a lot. It kind of has that wizard play behind the scenes and the magic and stuff. But that's my opinion. I like the name.
Yeah, because like I play the game Avalon like for a long time, and we were playing that in Bali last week. We all with our team, because like the Merlin is the guy with wisdom, with magic, but also with integrity, right? He sees all the stuff, and he's just like playing like an old wizard guy with like age and like wisdom in his mind, and he tries to do the best thing. So like a few years ago, when I was thinking about if I want to build a chain, I will call it Merlin chain, and now that just happens. So still, like we're still fulfilling dreams we thought about before. And I think the main difference between Merlin chain and all the other Bitcoin layer 2s is what we said on the first picture. We're trying to unleash the potential of native Bitcoin assets, native Bitcoin products, protocols, native Bitcoin users. And all the other layer 2s, I see their user base, their fan base are, Ethereum ecosystem or BNB chain ecosystems. And they don't care about BRC-20. They don't care about Atomicals. They don't care about BRC-420. And they don't want to, like they see these as assets, and they want users to bring the assets to their playground, to their layer 2s. But we are trying to get the potential. We're trying to talk about. We are trying to explore more assets potential on layer 1 first, because right now the layer 1 assets are still at low valuation. If that doesn't happen, if that doesn't go like 10 times higher, 100 times higher, the layer 2s are going to be dead. Because if we bridge like 1% of Ordi to our layer 2s, that will be like 1% will be like a couple of millions or 10 million, right? Like 10 million. So that is not enough. So I think the main difference here is about native. We want to bring the native ideology to this chain, and we want to have the similar mechanism on Merlin layer 2, similar as how we do things on Bitcoin layer 1, how we do things with ordinals.
Gotcha. So I just pulled this up, and this is kind of what you were just talking about kind of being able to make these layer 1 assets more flexible. So it's showing the protocols that you guys are these the ones that you're initially going to support, or are there more than this? What is, can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, we are initially supporting BRC-20, Bitcoin, BRC-420, Bitmap, and also Ethereum, USDT, USDC, and all the other Ethereum tokens. But we'll be supporting Atomicals very soon. So first stage, like next week, will be BRC-20, 420, and Bitmaps and Bitcoin.
Hold on. You said next week?
Yeah, next week we'll be having a test net, but the mainnet will be like a week after that. So
Whoa.
They've been cooking, man.
I didn't know it was gonna be that soon. Oh, okay.
Yeah, like our community is just that, we just drop bombs, and we don't have any, like, our closest community, they don't know about we are dropping this yesterday. So yeah, we just drop, and people can test it, people can try it, and then people can have fun with it.
Awesome.
Amen. There is one thing, and I know the community is gonna kill us if we don't ask. I don't see tap on there.
Oh, yeah. I think I put this because of based on valuation.
Gotcha.
So we will also like supporting other tokens as well, but we want to be fair. Like the
Gotcha.
valuation of all the protocol is important.
100%.
Yep.
I agree.
That makes sense. So it's kind of like a kind of assessment. So as time goes on, you guys see to where it makes sense. That's where you would onboard another protocol, right?
Yeah, of course, because it's not that hard,
Yep.
and we want more users to join. And can you show the first tweet, because I really love the image there.
The Merlin. Yeah, that's when I kind of changed my mind. I started looking at it. I was like, you know what? Like Arbitrum's hard to say. Matic's a new word, but Merlin is something we grew up with. Camelot. Like it really touched that nostalgia. I really liked it.
Yeah, and we highlight the native thing because I'm just disappointed that all these layer 2s, they're not trying to play a role that helps the ordinal community. Yeah,
but I'm not surprised though, and I think that we got to really kind of look at it as like the perception of the builder, right? So people that know you in the space, like the base community, us, of course, some other people too, they know how passionate you are about this objective of really helping out the native layer 1 Bitcoin assets. But like you mentioned, these other layer 2s that are coming in, they're rushing why? Because they see this as a gold mine, and to kind of it's like mostly marketing for them. But yeah, I mean, do you even know of anybody else that's putting like the layer 1 assets first, like how you guys are doing it?
I think like I basically know every Bitcoin layer 2's teams in person, and I think they're decent guys, like most of them. I can't say all, but I think they're trying to understand the mechanism, the play, the assets, the protocols on Bitcoin layer 1. But the thing is, they don't have the time, because we were building, like a month ago, like half a year ago. So we know the difference between, BRC-20 and Atomicals, and the deep, the philosophy. Like when the Atomicals first came out, I was saying, I think Atomicals is not technically better than BRC-20, but the deep down philosophy is much, much different. So they basically have two different communities. And all these things, I think these layer 2 builders, they are trying to understand it. They are trying to support it, but they don't have the time. They don't have the experience. And and also they don't have the trust, because like when we're talking to all the OGs in Ordinals, and they are very happy, and they are very looking forward to our Bitcoin layer 2, because they trust us. They know us like building for a long time. And I think that's the main difference here. And of course, I think after half a year, after a year, all these teams, if they're still keep building, if they are still here building for us, I think they will be OGs as well. So this is just a matter of time.
Yeah.
Okay, man.
It's like having skin in the game, You got to mess around with these assets, and actually like purchase them and so like you have bitmaps yourself, but like these other layer twos, they're not holding bitmaps, they're not doing all these things, so I think that makes a big difference.
Yeah, they don't inscribe, like the tap tokens or atomicals or pipe on the first day. I mean, they know the knowledge. They read some tweets, they done some research. But the difference about jumping in and playing with it is much more different than knowing the knowledge, knowing the information.
Yeah, man, it's kind of like it's like uh, we were all here in the beginning. We all felt like that feeling, and that's something that they won't feel. They won't feel what it felt like to mint your first tokens and stuff like that, because they're coming from, like, let's just say Satoshi VM, for instance. Like their tokens on Ethereum. Like I can't even trade it over here on Ordinals, which makes me kind of feel like I don't want to touch it regardless now, because it's not native to how I've been feeling, and you guys
Yeah,
definitely feel that way.
yeah, and like our token, Merlin token, will be a BRC-20 token. So, and I see all these layer twos, their governance token is not even on Bitcoin, and I say, like, why, like, and people are think this is weird,
Yeah.
because they're supporting a token is not a Bitcoin standard, and how can you call yourself, supporting Bitcoin? So basically, you are taking money from Bitcoin,
Yeah.
but we are trying to do is we are taking developers, we are taking users, we are taking money from Ethereum. We want to bridge like $1 billion USDC from Ethereum to Merlin.
That's
And like
wild.
all these DApps, they were building on Ethereum before, and we convinced them. We tried months convincing them Bitcoin is gonna be very huge, and their resource is from Ethereum, and now they're transferring their resource to Bitcoin. So that will make Bitcoin great again, not taking money from Bitcoin to Ethereum.
Yeah, that's so true, man. And I love the fact you guys are gonna be bridging. You can bridge all the stable coins now into Merlin. So you could bridge Ordi and Sats and Bitmaps, and then you can, on the other side, you can have liquidity from that end, and that right there opens up liquidity pools for Bitmaps and USDT, or well, the W map token and stuff like that. Well, that's gonna be a lot, Jeff. Are you guys ready for what's about to happen?
Yeah. Well, the reason we are taking a long time is when you look at the second post, we said our bridge is working with Kobo and other teams as well, like Fireblocks as well, because uh, it's it's like the most important thing to make sure the assets are safe,
Hmm.
the assets are non-custodial, because uh, I know for users, if you use like a Bitcoin layer 2, you don't really care about like where your money went, right?
No.
But 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 if we bridge like $1 billion or $2 billion US valued assets, we have to consider this, because if that happens, like even if I have a car accident, and like what happened, like where is the key to all these assets, and can Jeff run away with all this money, because he'll be happy with $1 billion, right? Can I hide in a small island and spending all that money? I mean, that question probably you guys won't ask, but that question is there, right? Because
Yeah.
you cannot trust a human being with all that money. So we are the first team doing this with other firms to make sure nobody can touch that money. And also, we ask all these the top tier, the most like famous audit teams to audit our chain, to audit our bridge, to make sure that okay, you guys can be happy with this. This like anything cannot be 100% safe, but this is like the safest you can get in Bitcoin layer 2, and that's the first thing we are trying to do, and that's the first thing we mentioned.
That's awesome. So is that what you were talking about, the MPC solution?
Yeah, because the bridge is the place that problems happen. You guys probably see
Yeah.
like all these news, like
Yeah.
Ethereum
Bridge
bridge.
was hacked and all that. Yeah.
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 So the reason they got hacked is because the team is taking the private key, but even us, we have one private key, so we cannot do anything about the money. Even like I got car accident or plane crashed, I'm gone. You guys can still have the money, so don't worry.
So
We'll definitely
basically,
try. But
Yeah, but basically, like that's what happened to multi-chain, right?
Yeah.
Is
The multi-chain is a different story,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
because the founder has a private key and he got arrested and the police got all the money. But
Gotcha.
but that was time people like start asking questions like, how can the team has the only private key? That just sounds bizarre. But
Yeah.
all these things happen in crypto, and I'm not surprised anymore.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I want to get into some of these other posts that you did afterwards. This one right here, where it shows Bitcoin being able to bridge to Merlin chain, and then these chains being able to bridge to Merlin chain. So, what chains are you going to start off with for the EVM to support to bridge in?
Yeah,
Ethereum and BNB, or just all of them?
We support 40 chains right now, 40 Ethereum chains.
Wow.
I didn't know there was 40 Ethereum chains.
Oh yeah, man. There's a lot.
Yeah, I know. Basically everything you can think about: Avalanche, Arbitrum, OP, Polygon, Tron, BNB, Ethereum, of course. So basically every chain
Yeah.
users should put your money to Bitcoin. Come here, and I'm happy if they transfer all their money here to swap Bitcoin, to swap Ordi. Like all these buying powers will make Ordi rise, will make size rise. Yeah, and the key thing here is I think we are the first team using Bitcoin address on layer 2, because
I was gonna bring that up.
yeah, if you guys try like BEVM or like Satoshi VM, whatever other layer 2s, they're asking you to pop up the MetaMask, right?
Yep.
But
right away.
yeah, I hate MetaMask. I don't have MetaMask on my computer, and I deleted MetaMask the day I joined Ordinals. But I was like regretting because I have all that money in that MetaMask, and I forgot. Yeah, I forgot the private key, so I lost like 25 like loot, like all these PFPs and stuff.
No.
But anyway, so yeah, so you are still using Unisat or Xverse or OKX on our layer 2, and your address will still be the same as layer 1. So if you want to transfer money to Shizzy, you can still do that, and we'll be indexing the domain, so you can still using like .btc, .sats, to transfer money, and I think that will be very very helpful. And we're working with Particle Network. Is because we convinced them 2 months ago to build this tool for all the Bitcoin layer 2s. And then like now I see there are like 10 or like 15 Bitcoin layer 2s are going to adopt that solution. But the reason they're adopting this is because we convinced the team 2 months ago. So that's something like I said before, we want to steal all these developers, transfer their resource to Bitcoin and building for Bitcoin. That's the task. That's the revolution here.
I love that we can use our ordinal wallet address or the Bitcoin addresses, man.
Yeah. Well, I guess that goes into my next question. Is my Bitcoin address going to be the same inside? So let's just say there's an Ether scan or a Merlin scan, for instance. I can just use my Unisat wallet address.
Yeah, we have a Merlin scan, so like Explorer. So
Do you already?
Yeah, already. Yeah,
That's so
and
cool.
it's very good to use, and you can just search how many bitmaps you have on layer 1 and layer 2. So if you join the Bitmap.game or other metaverse, you will see, okay, you have 50 bitmaps on layer 1 and you have 50 more bitmaps on layer 2. So all these assets will be like joined together, and you will know like where you have the money.
Well, for the layer 2, for the bitmaps, I'm not seeing the bitmaps. I'm just seeing the bitmap token, right? The WMAP. Or
you still have the bitmap, but you have to wrap it to get a Bitmap token. So
and then the asset will probably change at that point once you wrap it. Is that correct, Jeff? Like on your scan, or if there is like a debank or whatever eventually for this, because like if you think about it, like when you have the same address on EVM side too, right? Like for like Ethereum, Polygon, all that stuff, and it shows your portfolio, but that same address is broken down by chain. I'm sure that's how it's going to work over here.
Yeah, and you can see you have like 10 bitmaps, and also you have 10K double map, so that'll be separate. Yeah.
Wow, that's so cool. So, do you guys have anyone building like an ENS yet, or a MNS, a Merlin name service? Because I definitely want Shizzy.Merlin as soon as possible.
No, yeah, we don't want to build, anything that similar to current assets. So I love
Gotcha.
the NAS, the honk, the BTC. So all
Gotcha.
these can be used. Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. Cool.
All right, so let's get into this screen here, which is going to show kind of how the current, I guess, like ecosystem looks as of right now for what the plans are for some of these DApps that you guys have coming. Can you kind of talk about like, so this Launchpad right here, is Merlin chain going to have like a native Launchpad?
The Launchpad is built by others, but yeah, I think you guys point out the most important, most exciting part. The Launchpad will be people's Launchpad. The name will be people's Launchpad. So basically, that will be launching Bitcoin native protocol assets like BRC-20 with a much fun mechanism. So basically, like for my understanding is that launchpad, every token on that launchpad will have a 100K valuation FTV. So even Merlin token will be launching there as 100K valuation. So basically, if you get Merlin token from the launchpad, you will have at least 1,000 times alpha, right? Because it's 100K. So every user can join that launchpad, and the holders will be huge for every token. So they're thinking about like 200K users holders for each BRC-20 token, and the valuation is as low as it can get for only 100K. And when you get the token, the price will fly high. And yeah, this launchpad was built by others, and I love their name, people's people's launchpad, and they have 120,000 users of inscriptions on another chain, but they were bridging all these users to Merlin to join this people's movement. Yeah, I don't know if I explained this clear. Yeah.
I love that. I love it so much. That's really cool. People's Launchpad.
Yeah, yeah. Can you actually launch a BRC-20 with that Launchpad?
Yeah, and Merlin will be launched there as a first project with. So yeah, so I'll explain this like deeper. So right now, if you want to have a BRC-20 token with 10K holders, you will have to make that BRC-20 token on layer 1 with more than 1 million mint. Do you guys know what I mean, right? If you have
Yeah,
1 million mint,
gotcha.
you have 10K holders. But the problem is 1 million mint, the cost will be near like $10 million, right? Because the gas fee is high. So when you have $10 million valuation on first day, that token is hard to go up. Like the reason right now we have like a kind of bear market, right? Bear market in the ordinals is because if you have $10 million valuation on first day, all these subscribers, all these users, they're trying to sell their tokens to get their money back because they spend like thousands of dollars on that, right? And so that mechanism is great, but that mechanism is not working well anymore, to my understanding. So with people's launchpad on Merlin, we are still doing fair launch. We're still doing like all these plays on Bitcoin layer 1, but we make the holders 10 times more. So like 100,000 holders, but with a valuation under 100K, 100,000. So everyone can get a token. The community is built on day 1. The community is going to be very popular, going viral, and the cost is much lower. And then you can start trading after $100,000. So if you get 10 times higher, you can sell, of course, but the game will be much more fun. So kind of like a pink sheet exchange, to my understanding.
Wow. So does Merlin have its own token standard as well? I know you're using a BRC-20 model and stuff, but like can I go to Merlin and I want my coin to be Merlin only and then have it in like nine letter tickers?
No. We're adopting BRC-20. We
Okay.
don't want to create any more standards. More standards.
I got you.
So confusing right now.
Yeah. Gotcha.
That's smart. Okay, so I see Izumi, which is a DEX. Is this DEX like? Do you know if they're pretty much like ready, or are they gonna have to take some time to build that out? What does that look like?
They are 100% ready right now, and they have so many successful experience in, I think, over 50 chains, and they are bringing a liquidity. So on first day,
Wow.
if we only have like 100 Bitcoin there, don't worry about the liquidity. They are bringing a liquidity. They are taking their own money to stash the liquidity for Merlin, and I think the name will be Merlin Swap. So they are the team building behind it. The name will be Merlin Swap. So much more native. Yeah,
Gotcha.
only for Bitcoin.
Okay, and then Particle Network is the account abstraction. So this is this is pretty much the tech that goes behind everything, right?
Yeah, for all the address, for all the Bitcoin and Ethereum addresses.
Awesome. And then you got your stable tokens. All these stable tokens will be ready to go as well.
I think Bismarck they are launching their stable token probably in April, so they will be behind. But
Okay.
I think USDT and USDC will be much more than enough.
Gotcha. And then social application DID, is that going to be kind of like just like what it says, like it's going to be kind of like a social, like where you have your profile and stuff like that?
Yeah, we have two teams building social network on Merlin, and they're adopting the SAS domain, the BTC domain, all these domains from Bitcoin Layer 1. So like right now, all these domain holders on Bitcoin Layer 1 in Ordinals, I think they are not happy with it, right? Because we have so many domain, but the price is too low. So we are bringing more teams to actually utilize all these domains and to build actual products for social using, for trading, for whatever that utility is. So that's what we call utilize the native assets, not creating more new crap assets.
Gotcha. And then Mineral, of course, the audience and knows who Mineral is. We talked about them a while. Do they seem like they're pretty much buttoning everything up with their application?
Yeah, I think Mineral is a nice experiment. I cannot tell like how successful that will be, but I do love experimenting with BRC-420 and Layer 2. So that'll be a very, very important experiment I'm learning.
Wow. Awesome. And then the last thing I want to touch on, which is exciting, is the game side of things, right? Obviously, we've already experienced Bitmap Explorer. Bitmap War, I'm not familiar with, and Mobox, I saw the videos, which looks awesome with the graphics. But can you first talk about Bitmap War and what that is?
Yeah. Can I touch the lending part first?
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's go back
Yeah,
there.
because I think the lending is very important. Like right now, if you want to invest more assets, you have to use Bitcoin, right? But not everyone have like 1,000 Bitcoin. So every Bitcoin you spend, you kind of like feel sad about it, because like most assets is not going to be like valuable as Bitcoin. So I think the lending part is very important, because like for me, I want stake Bitmaps to buy more Bitmaps. I want to stake Bitcoin and buy more BRC-420, and then I can sell. I mean, eventually I will sell, right? So I can sell some BRC-420 to get more Bitcoin and to pay back the interest. Then I still have my Bitcoin. When Bitcoin goes to like $100,000, I still have my Bitcoin, and also I have more Bitcoin because I invest in all the BMAs, BRC-20, BRC-420. So this is something we're missing, and all these lending products, so-called lending products in Bitcoin Layer 1, is not gonna work because it's so hard to use and the liquidity is so bad. But on Layer 2, I think all that will be solved, and we'll see more people stake stable coin, stake Bitcoin, and lend more assets and to buy more, and that kind of play will make every asset go higher, because you have 2 times more, 3 times more buying power. So yeah, we have partner doing this for Merlin, and I have so much expected expectation for that. Yeah, and Bitmap War. Yeah, Bitmap War is a team. We knew like 2 months ago. They came to us. They want to build this with us, with BRC-420, with Bitmaps, and I think they're building. Do you guys know the SLG game? So they're building a like similar SLG game, and people are putting money in. So it will be a people versus people's game. So like when you are playing against Shizzy, you can attack Shizzy's Bitmaps, and if you win, you get the Bitmap basically.
Oh,
yeah,
I-
and we have different teams. So like there will be like 4 teams, like red, yellow, blue, orange, whatever. So you can join a team. So hopefully you guys join the same team and you work together and you conquer others' Bitmaps. And it's a money game. It's a pure money. It's a fair game. But
I definitely want to practice a lot though, because I don't want to put my bitmaps up for.
I'm day one, dude. I'm putting my bitmaps up. Let's go. I'm in it to win it, dude. We can make content with that.
That's not in it to win it, man. You got to practice and get good first.
We're creating content with it. Who cares about getting good, man? That's gonna be fun, dude.
My bitmaps are close to my chest.
But I'm a winner, bro. I'm gonna win bitmaps. I'm not a loser, so I'm not gonna lose that.
Yeah.
So I'll watch you, Shizzy, and then you go first, and then I'll go after you.
Yeah, so their test version will be up very, very soon. So you guys don't have to spend money on that test version. So you can try it first. The earlier you try it, you will know the strategy better. And then you can beat others with real money. And not only Bitmaps, you also win Bitcoin. So like if you want to build like an army, you have to spend Bitcoin. So if others kill your army, they get the Bitcoin as well. So you compete with others, you have strategy. Like if you have like a red team, so the red team will be having a Discord and everyone will be there 24 hours, to discuss the strategy
and all that.
War.
Yeah.
And it's not winner takes all. So if you are your number 2 team, number 3 team, you can still get your money back. But of course, the number 1 team will have much more money than others. Yeah.
This is exciting, man.
I know, it's huge.
Can you go into Mobox a bit? Because obviously the graphics look pretty amazing when I saw that video. What are your expectations of that game?
Yeah, so I was actually talking to their team last night, and they're saying they are trying like very hard. They're like trying to deliver this on our mainnet like as early as they can. So basically, they built a game called, I think, Dragonverse, something like that. So they built that game 2 years ago. They have been building this game for 2 years. So when they have that game, they were planning to launch that on Avalanche because their user base, like they have a new community on Avalanche. And like I said, I try my best to convince them, don't do that on any other shitty chain. Build that on Bitcoin. And Bitcoin users, they're looking forward to a legit great graphic games. And also they're looking for like that kind of game on layer 2 because then you can make money, right? So you can play to earn, you can play for fun. It's a choice. So yeah, so that game will be a open world, multiplayer role play game. So that game will not be that harsh like Bitmap War. So you can't lose anything, and you can play that for fun. And because it's open world, so you'll also be using all these BRC-420 assets. You'll also be using bitmaps. I haven't played that game yet, so I cannot say for sure if that game was very, very fun and making money. But the graphics good, so I can say that for sure. And other games, we actually have more games like Bitmap War, so it will be very, very exciting, but also losing money betting. But I don't know. I love betting, as long as it's fair.
I think most people in crypto do love betting, though.
Yeah,
there's like this itch in us.
That's what we do every day.
Yeah, I saw a very, 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 very crazy, exciting betting game last week, and they are building that on Merlin. But I cannot remove it because it's too intense. So I just make sure. Yeah, it's too intense. It's too intense, but it's so much fun. I play that. I spent $5,000 like on that day to try that game, and it's so addicted. But I will make sure every game. So first, the money is safe, so you don't have to worry about money, right? Second, all the games are fair. So I ask them to make the mechanism as fair as it can be. So it will be like when you're playing games in casino, all the game probably favoring the casinos, right? But on Merlin chain, I want to make sure it's a fair, person to person game. So if I lose, Shizzy win. If I win, Shizzy lose. So the casino is not taking the money.
Gotcha.
Wow.
All right, this is the last image here. Could you kind of explain this? And it seemed like you emphasized this in the last post too, that about the starting point. Can you kind of break this down?
Yeah. So right now, I think it's very hard to get more users to Bitcoin Layer 1 because it's very hard to educate them. To get your Bitcoin, to start your Ordinals wallet. You need that transfer money to your wallet, and then inscribe. And people are like, the new users are very confused about the inscribing thing, right? Because you inscribe, you have to wait for 1 block, and 24 inscription on first transaction, and then 1,000 inscriptions on the next, and you have to transfer. You have to inscribe a transfer in inscription. Then you can trade. So everything is too complicated for everyday user, and that's the reason right now. Like last month, 2 months ago, we see all these tokens going like rocket high, but we don't see many more like new users. To be honest, I checked all the data. The Ordinals wallet was like 600K back in October, but after 2 months, the biggest bull market in Ordinals, the address is not rising that high. So I think that's a problem. We can now just sit here and ask people, why don't you come here, whatever. So this is the problem. So we want to make sure Merlin chain is a starting point, that you don't have to know about Bitcoin at all, or Ordinals mechanism at all. You don't have to understand the difference between Atomicals and BRC-20 and Tap and Ruins and Pipe. You don't have to understand that. You can just use MetaMask. So that part, you can use MetaMask. You can use MetaMask to transfer all your USDT, all your USDC, all your Ethereum to Merlin chain, and inscribing whatever assets you're trying to inscribe with USDT, with Ethereum, with BNB, with Tron. You can spend that money to inscribe BRC-420 on Merlin, and it will be auto-bridging to Merlin chain. So it will actually be faster. So for example, Yagobi, if you inscribe BRC-20 token on layer 1, you spend like at least 2 blocks to get all the inscriptions, because like on first block you can only get like 23, right? So you spend 2 blocks to get all your inscriptions, and then you inscribe the transfer inscription, and you wait for 3 blocks to confirm, and then you can trade. So basically you have like 5 blocks, 6 blocks, right, to wait. So that's like an hour. But on Merlin chain, you using Ethereum to inscribe a BRC-20, and our inscribing service, it's not us, it's another DApp. So I can disclose here, it's made by the ID Club. So basically they have so much experience on inscribing service, right? So you spend like Ethereum to inscribe a BRC-20 token, and then you wait for 1 block for that to confirm, and instantly you have that amount of money on Merlin chain. So while Yagobi, you guys are still waiting for 6 blocks on layer 1, for 1 block, I have the token on layer 2, and then I can stake, I can lend, I can swap, I can sell, I can do whatever I want with that token. So that will be much, much faster. And all these new users, they don't have to go on Bitcoin layer 1 anymore. They can just stay here and spend money. And all this Ethereum, BNB or USDT money they spend to swap for Bitcoin, that will be buying power for Bitcoin. So that's why we say all these tokens will be, helping us to get more valuation in Bitcoin ecosystem.
Gotcha. So my question I'm a little bit confused on is, how do they, if I have my USDT in MetaMask on Ethereum, how do I get that to Unisat? Like, is my Unisat wallet on Merlin? Is it gonna?
You don't have to own a Unisat wallet anymore. Just using the MetaMask is enough.
Gotcha. So, but I thought we were gonna be using the Bitcoin addresses and Unisat wallets and stuff over on Merlin chain.
That's the option for Bitcoin users, but for all these Ethereum users, I mean, you're happy with MetaMask, you can use it forever. I don't want to educate you about Bitcoin wallets. Like, we cannot educate all of the users, right?
Yeah. Gotcha. So what you're saying is you're not forced to use the MetaMask. You have options to either use the Unisat or MetaMask, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Well, that'll depend on all the DApps, right? So the DApps that you use will have their they'll say Unisat or MetaMask and stuff like that. Some DApps might not choose to use some, but some DApps might, right?
Yeah, but I'm sure every DApp will be supporting 2 different wallets, of course.
Gotcha.
So with the USDC though, still okay. Let's say I don't want to use MetaMask, but I want to be able to use the stable tokens. Will I have to use MetaMask if I want to use those?
No, of course. So for example, you bridge 1 Bitcoin to Merlin, and then you swap 1 Bitcoin for like 44K. Right now it's 41K. Sorry. So you swap 1 Bitcoin.
I was like,
for
oh my
41K.
god. Okay, I can arbitrage right now. No, just kidding.
Yeah. So you swap for like 41K USDC, and then USDC stays in your Unisat wallet. So yeah, of course you can do that.
Oh my god, dude.
Yeah.
So
That's
there's like no
nuts.
difference between 2 wallets. But we want to make sure all these Ethereum users take their money, come
comfortable.
here. Yeah, don't listen to our lecture. Just spend your money to inscribe more BRC-20.
So my question is, you're gonna have all these different assets coming in. Some of them might have the same ticker, close to ticker, confuse people. What are you guys doing to kind of fix that? Are you gonna put like EUSDT or AUSDT for Avalanche and stuff like that?
Yeah. So first, all the BRC-20 420 token, they will be like tagged there. So that's correctly indexed by Bitcoin Layer 1. So
Okay.
if you buy Ordi, you buy real Ordi, not fake Ordi. But I guess people will create fake Ordi and the fake blue box.
Yeah,
So
I'm sure right away.
yeah. So but I think the DEX, they will do that on day one. Probably they will have like a whitelist of the tokens. So make sure on the first half a year people don't buy the fake stuff. But in the future, like nobody can prevent that because that's something happened before. And also the USDC as well. The bridge from the Ethereum chains and the DEX on Merlin chain, they will have like a white, like whitelist. So just make sure you get the real money, the real USDC. And if you have the USDC, you can swap the USDC to Bitcoin. You can swap Bitcoin to USDC, and you can bridge the USDC out to Coinbase. So everything happens on Merlin. That's why we said it's a starting point. And I don't want new users to learn about Bitcoin Layer 1 anymore. I give up. I officially give up.
So I'm sorry, but I'm still a little confused. Like what? Like how can I see if my USDT is from Avalanche or Ethereum or doesn't matter?
It doesn't matter from
Okay.
what chain. Yeah, because the bridge will take care of that.
Okay.
Yeah,
I got you.
the
Bridge
money
out,
is
it'll just be I got
burn.
you.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Burn in, burn out, I'm sure, or something, or like 1-to-1.
Yeah. But what about like let's just say the bitmap token and like someone makes another bitmap token like from a different chain
Whitelist.
in their both what does that mean?
So if like whenever a new deck starts, like Camelot's decks, right?
Yeah.
What they don't just let. Well, they might let other people like launch their token on Arbitrum and put it on there, but it'll just be like a
Gotcha.
contract and say like risk or something. But
I
then
gotcha.
like they'll whitelist and highlight the one that's the right one.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
So every BRC-20 token will be whitelist. So as long as you are indexed on layer 1, and it doesn't matter like it's sats or rats or honk or track or whatever, as long as that token is indexed on layer 1, you will be whitelist on layer 2. So if you're trying to buy the Bitmap, the wrapped Bitmap, the WMAP token, you can just buy the WMAP because WMAP is indexed on layer 1, and you can buy that, you can trade that, and you can bridge it out. So you can bridge your WMAP out onto layer 1 to trade that on Unisat or OKX.
Gotcha. So you kind of have like a number there. I can grab that number and then kind of paste that somewhere, kind of like you do on Ethereum. Like a smart contract address.
It will be much simpler than that. You can just like search WMAP like Unisat, and we'll tell you what WMAP is BRC-20. Yeah.
Awesome. I guess my final question is, I don't know, Yagobi has another question, but my final question is, let's just say so someone's a scammer and they're coming over there to scam people. Do they need permission to build on Merlin, or is there a way for you to be like, no, don't touch that without actually coming out and saying it? Is there anything you guys can do in the back end?
Yeah, we cannot verify every project because that part is risky. even though we verified and that one is a scammer, we cannot take that responsibility. Even their price goes down, we cannot take that responsibility for that. Okay,
Yeah.
so so everyone can be building here, of course, and it's permissionless. But just focus on the ones we support. We talk about. I think I'm 100% all the DApps I mentioned before will not be rugging.
Gotcha. And are you guys going to give them, how BRC-420 kind of has that badge? Are you going to give like the ones that you guys support a certain kind of badge for their website or something?
Yeah. So like on our official, on website, on Merlin website will be like official DApps and stuff. Yeah.
Awesome. Sounds good.
That's awesome. Yeah, I think we got to kind of remember the fundamental, because like we've been over in Ordinals for so long, we forget that like how scammy some of those EVM chains are, right? So we just got to kind of remember those fundamentals that we always had. If something smells fishy or looks weird, then it probably is. And so just kind of making sure that we're on top of our game there. But man, I'm excited. I'm sure that you've been playing with it a ton, Jeff. Like, can you tell me like how quick it feels? Does it feel like much quicker than what we've been used to the past like 8 months?
Yeah, because like if I do Merlin, for like on my original plan, Merlin will not be launched in like 3 months. But the problem is here is you see all these layer 2s are coming out, and I know for sure many of them are not going to be beneficial for the Ordinals or Bitcoin ecosystem. So that's why we put much more effort. This is the first time my company doesn't have a Chinese New Year holiday. Like during all the Chinese New Year holiday, we are working in the office to prepare for this. So yeah, this is faster than I thought, but we have to face it because on Bitcoin Layer 1, we seriously cannot do much about it because the chain limitation is there. So you see right now, you can see a BRC-20 token. The price just doesn't go up. It's not because it's not only because the Bitcoin is not going up. It's also because the whole mechanism there is limited. So yeah, we just take the challenge. Yeah, we face the challenge. We have lots of risks, before like bridge or like where the money is like stays. We don't want to have like $5 billion in our pocket because like I can be kidnapped. Seriously, that could happen. So yeah, so I think it's a great thing, to face the challenge, and all of us, have some kind of tolerance about early stage product, but try it out. And also, I want to touch about like I think most people will ask like how can I get the governance token for Merlin chain? Yeah, we'll be posting that, but we will be releasing all the tokens to the community, so they will be fair launched. Besides, like small portion will be for VC, but the VC and team, we have like 48 months to vest, and for the first 1 year or 2 years, none of that will be vested. So basically, that's the first time users can front run VCs for like 2 years. Yeah, so you get the token, you can sell, you can trade, and after 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 4 year, the VC can have the small portion of that token. So all of that will be fair launched. Everyone can get that as a very, very low valuation. Like I said, with the people's auction, people's launchpad, you can have that token for like under 100K valuation. And I think it's no brainer. 100K valuation is not the valuation for Merlin, right? So basically, every token will be up, will be going high, and more. I hope everyone can make some money.
For sure. For all my airdrop hunters out there, is anything going to be incentivized for testnet or anything like that?
No, testnet is only for test, but we don't like the idea of airdrop. It just sounds like giving money out and asking people to join. So basically, the testnet will be for testing, and the mainnet you can come, you can bridge money in, you can spend gas playing games, playing swaps, playing Launchpad, and all that activity will be rewarded with Merlin.
Gotcha.
So
and,
that's
and that's probably not just for Merlin, right? Because if you're using, let's just say, Merlin swap, potentially that could have a coin as well. I'm not saying you know anything about it, but that could be incentivized later down the line to use something like
Yeah,
that
I
to get
know.
your token.
Yeah, I know about it. Yeah, so basically every DApp you're using, Bitmap War, the inscribing service by ID Club, the Launchpad, everything you use will be rewarded with that token. So basically, you get like So you basically have like 2 to 3 tokens by every activity you have. So like if you use the Merlin swap, you get Merlin token because you spend like 10-cent gas, and also you get the Merlin swap token. So that will be happy and
that's awesome.
exciting journey.
Will that last forever, or a limited time that you get that?
Now that'll be lasting like until the token is mint out. So the earlier you join,
Gotcha.
the more money, the more token you have, right?
So it is they're incentivizing it to use incentivizing us to use the DApps and the chain until it mints out. That's awesome.
That's something I think we created because like on Bitcoin layer 1 you inscribe to get tokens, right? But all the money goes to the miners, and on layer 2 you use each product and to get 100% of all the tokens they have. So it's a fair launching by using the product. I think that would be much more cheaper. That would be much more cheaper to get the tokens, and also you understand the DApps. All the DApps are looking forward to using this, right?
Yeah. That's so genius, man. That's so smart of you guys. I didn't even think about it like that. Because now I could just sit there. Oh, why would I use this when I was just used over here now? Like, there's gonna be no reason for me to use my EVM chains anymore because all that money's probably gonna come over to your thing, so I can do stuff in there and earn. That's crazy.
Yeah, so if you play Bitmap War, you probably lose like $1,000, but you get like $10,000 back in token. So that will still be not losing, right? If you win both tokens. If you lose, you still win another token. So the losers can have a much better day.
Dude, I'm so hyped.
I can't wait to use
open it tomorrow. Oh,
I can't wait to
dude,
use it. And from everything I've heard, man, this is the most like native feeling like approach, native layer to Bitcoin feeling approach that I've heard, which is awesome because this is what we need right now. This can be the solution to increase user count, wallet addresses, everything that the space needs. And I gotta say, like, yes, ordinals and BRC-20s and fungibles on Bitcoin have done an amazing job for that UI, right? Because like it could have done way more, but the only reason it did well is because it's Bitcoin, right? Layer 1. But now we have the opportunity to make it all more flexible, quick, and everything, and easy. So
wow.
Yeah, I think Yagobi said that. Yeah, we want to make this as native as we can, and we want to have innovation based on the native mechanism before and try to explore more. And like when you see all these layer 2s, they ask you to do all these tasks, like 20 tasks to get airdrop. I hate that. I hate that in Ethereum. Like I don't do any freaking task to get a small portion of your token.
Yeah.
So basically on Merlin, everything is fair launched, everything is 100% diluted, and it all belongs to users. I mean, if you don't have the tokens, it only means you don't use the chain, you don't use the app.
Wow. Man, my mind's blown, Jeff. Like I'm really I don't even know what to say. I'm speechless.
Yeah, but I still miss the days, with the BRC-420 that nobody cares about it, and then the price just goes high. And everyone's like, when I talk to you guys, I think it was like $60, $70, but
$30. Yeah. I got a blue box for $30. Yagobi is funny. Yagobi asked me, he's like, dude, it's like $80. Did I miss it? And I remember that conversation is gonna be locked in our heads forever. It's got $80 and we missed it. It's 20 grand.
Yeah, and like right now, people have like much more expectation from us, so we have that pressure. But I think I'm okay with that. And the blue box will play a huge role in Merlin layer 2 as well. So I think the community will be happy. I don't think 20K is the end. It's not even close to the end. But let's see.
Yeah.
Not financial advice, but yeah, I had the whole mind.
Yeah, even it's the financial advice. Like, not many people can buy a stuff for 20K. So
yeah, I was gonna say, Shizzy, pick up another one.
Somebody just swapped like 20 blue box.
I know, I saw that.
Yeah.
It's
like,
crazy.
I didn't even know who that is. Yeah, that was like that has to be like $400K US dollars, right?
Oh yeah,
Wow.
like people know what's coming, and like I'm gonna tell you, like, we're probably the biggest cheerleaders for BRC-420 because like we talk about the box and we talk about like how the token's gonna be able to be, it's gonna be able to be wrapped by a BRC-20 token and all these things. So like people are excited about this, event that's gonna be coming, and I just can't wait to dive in and hopefully, get a little testnet experience there. And then once mainnet goes live, February is going to be an amazing month, I think, for Bitcoin innovation.
I agree. Yeah, man. Is there anything that maybe you missed or anything you want to go over real quick towards the end here? Anything at all?
Not much, but
Okay.
yeah, just watch our Twitter, and we will be dropping like lots of stuff in the coming days. Probably the wrap thing first, and then the testnet, and then all the apps. Yeah.
Sounds great. Well, thank you so much, Jeff, man. We really appreciate all your alpha, man. It's been absolutely amazing, and I hope everyone got as much value out of this as I did, because I am overboard, man. Let's go.
All right, Jeff. We appreciate you jumping on, and we'll keep in touch, and then hopefully get you on whenever mainnet is live.
Yes,
so we appreciate you.
Thank you, guys. Happy to be here as always.
All right.
See you, man.
Talk to you soon.
Wow, dude. That I'm so excited. Like, I'm so
It was
excited.
worth it, wasn't it?
Oh
Wasn't it worth staying up late?
Oh man, I mean, I can't go to bed now. I'll be up all night. I got to dreaming about this testnet.
Mainnet. I'm dreaming about mainnet.
Well,
No,
just
I mean,
testnet. Think of the advantage we have by using testnet. You know what I mean? Like, he said, it's not incentivized, but technically it is, because you're gonna be day one when you jump in.
Mainnet
You're
is going to be a little bit like testnet too, because you're going to be using the DApps and then be incentivized to use them. I just love the way that they rolled it out. In terms of like the diagrams and the infographics of like how the flow is. It's just like, it's not like they're trying to scramble last second to be like, okay, did we patch this thing up? Did we patch? It looks like they have everything laid out. This is how it's going to work. The stable token thing, just like it makes you giddy. Like, we've been waiting for this for so long. And look, there's other solutions out there too. We know that some of them, seem really great too, but this could be really like just such a big solution to being able to onboard more users to, first and foremost, Bitcoin. Secondly, ordinals, right? So
yeah, and you got to think, like, all the testnets out there. I mean, not testnets, side chains or layer twos, whether it be Arbitrum or or Matic and stuff like that. Now you're gonna be able to use this over here and potentially have Bitcoin DeFi, and it's brand new. It's like you get that starter feeling again, where everything's brand new again, and you're earning right away, because it's like it's gonna be, oh man, it's gonna be so incentivized. It's gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
So
I agree.
All right, guys, that's our show. We really appreciate you guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. I hope you guys much value out of this, like I did. And if you cannot watch, you can definitely listen on Apple, on Spotify, on all that stuff. Please hit the like. Please subscribe. Please go to ordinalrevolution.com. Check out our store. We appreciate you guys. And thank you guys.
Peace.
Ordinal Revolution. Let's go.